What's going on YouTube? It's that mediocre streamer here, and we are continuing with our playthrough of the Grand Tour game with episode 3. So we're getting all of these out of the way before we before the new ones come out over the weekend. So yep, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Season 1 is complete, it lies. Right then. Episode 3. As I said earlier on, feel free to share your opinions of what you've been seeing so far in the chat. I don't mind listening. Because so far I've found it quite immersive. Yep. Here we go again. So for those of you that haven't already seen it, a bit of a spoiler, this is last week's episode of the Grand Tour. It's a good one, this.
Thanks everybody, thank you. Thank you so much, and yes, we're back! We are! Now, a lot of people have been saying, why has it taken so long? What have you been doing? Well, hopefully, we can answer that with this short montage of what you can expect over the next 13 weeks.
Yeah! Oh, the beautiful. Wow. 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 Wow.
Is that barrel gonna...
Yeah, it did.
Fire everywhere!
He's gone! Look, hang on a minute.
The nearest civilization is a town called Moore. Just build the contents of these boxes. You have enough food for 7 days.
Oh, God.
Were this not such a serious situation, it would be a good laugh.
Wow.
There must have been 30 or 40 people in the room when the police arrived. But still... Whoa! Clarkson! Jesus Christ, now I'm too close to the edge. Let's sing a song. No. I am sitting where Jim Clark sat.
Are they really wanting to let Hammond loose in that thing? Ooh.
We're fleeing! Okay, flee. Well, they'll be using a pistol, won't they?
Interesting. Many roads were closed in the making of that film.
You're going to like how it begins, because even over here on this side of the pond, we recognise that Detroit is the spiritual home to anyone whose communion wine is petrol and whose heart beats like a big, lumpy, wet V8. Which is why this week, and it's long overdue, the Grand Tour is off to the Motor
Oh,
City
yeah.
with an idea.
It's a shame to see what Detroit became. A barren wasteland.
Of course, the whole world knows that Detroit is now a shadow of its former
Yep.
self. But we also know that efforts are being made to bring life back to the ruins, with urban farms. Local people are being encouraged to grow kale and beans and seeds in plots like this where houses and businesses.
Oh, it's unbelievable what they say on this.
It breaks your heart. I mean, this is Detroit. It shouldn't be a help yourself pop-up street allotment for organic vegan peace hippies when it could.
Oh, Clarkson and his hatred of vegans.
For the petrol head. It has the roads. It has the space. It was built by the rumble of a V8 and it should rumble to that sound once more. So that's what we've come here to do. Make some noise.
Ooh. The sound of that Mustang. All of these cars are great in their own way.
These are the toys we'll be using. 3 American muscle cars, all of which have been tuned to a tire-shredding DEFCON 1.
How a muscle car's supposed to be.
I have the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 3. Mr. Slowly has what's called the Exorcist. And it is whining Dodge Challenger Demon.
Whining.
Hammond has an erection.
It's not wrong. So here we go again.
To make this, they took a Hellcat, I drove one before on the show, and just made it more of everything.
Oh!
Oh no.
It's got a beautiful sound. Oh.
Just.
Well, shit.
Well, let's just go. Are you ready? Oh my god!
Oh well. It's not my car to replace, it's fine.
Oh my god!
That'll do.
Noise in the city!
Even with death, I've still got a gold. Let's get the fizzo meter going.
Bloody hell, fire. This car is tuned by Hennessy. They've taken a standard Camaro and they've given it 1,000 horsepower.
Sounds how a muscle car's supposed to sound.
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, Monverse is standard. It's all standard except the power.
Damn it. Come on. The staying on the roady bit. That's the bit where I crashed before. I can do better than 2. I've got to. I reckon I'll get 3 on this run. Bollocks, I forgot to brake. Right, restarting that one. I'm not an expert player througher. I never proclaimed to be.
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bumper is standard. It's all standard, except for power.
Great Scott! Oh, I don't like the way it resets. I could be trying for a while to get May's physometer up.
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bumper is standard. It's all standard, except for power.
So fizz for this one, just about staying on the track. Nice. No. Damn it! If you've tuned in waiting to see an expert playthrough, ain't happening.
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bodywork is standard. It's all standard.
I don't like flipping. I don't like chase cam. I never liked chase cam. If you watch any of my racing game videos, the only game I can tolerate chase cam on is GTA. No, 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 stay on the track. Oh, so close. Giving that another go. Mainly because I want to get all golds, goddammit.
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bodywork is standard. It's all standard, except for power. Fire. Oh my word.
It's not the greatest handling thing.
Yes. Oh no.
And again, it never said it was going to be.
Yes, right.
Let's try again. I think I'll get 4 and that's about it. This track is bloody awkward.
It's idiotic, honestly.
One last time.
At the end,
Then we'll move on.
they haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bodywork is standard. It's all standard, except for power.
I couldn't believe it when they said that. Everything's standard in this car, except the engine. Mother of pearl. Last time. Right. You don't want to see me trying this all day, or do you?
They haven't touched anything else, only the engine. Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bodywork is standard. It's all standard, except for power. Fire.
Damn it! Like threading a needle, that bit. I am gonna move on to the next challenge after this, I think. That's about the closest I'm going to get for now. I'll come back and get all goals.
And yea, though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil. Because I am the exorcist.
Like it.
This may look small and delicate compared to the other two, but be in no doubt, it has the muscle car credentials. Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
The fact is that the engine in Hammond's car is a push-rod, two-valve iron museum piece. For God's sake.
Yeah, I'm terrible, I don't care. I'm absolutely diabolical at this.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not used to the way the cars in the game handle.
The fact is that the engine in Hammond's car is a push-rod, two-valve iron museum piece. And May's car, yes, it has 1,000 horsepower, but it's running on standard brakes. This is just a little bit cleverer. They haven't just put a supercharger on it and left it at that. They've stiffened up the suspension and lowered it and stiffened the anti-roll bars. So, it can do this.
I reckon I'll get to the I reckon I'll be alright on this bit.
It's quite scary through here. Oh, good.
These are going to be the last two corners.
It's incredible. Look at that for a tidy line.
That'll do. Nice goal.
This then is the Anthony Joshua of muscle cars. Big and brawny, but it has brains as well. Then there's its name. It this up. Ready to rock.
Chaps, did you know mine only comes with one seat as standard?
Really?
That was enjoyable, but a little bit
As
annoying, that
standard,
bit.
You get one seat in a Demon. You can opt to have the others put back in, and it costs you $1.
Which seat do they put in the standard?
Oh, yes.
Eventually, we decided to pull over in our motoring theme park to see which of our fairground muscle rides would be the fastest. In a street drag race. So, what I'm thinking is, here, when the lights go green, down, what's a quarter of a mile, just beyond the church?
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect.
What if the police come?
Well, he won't, he's in Beverly Hills. I've seen the movie.
Why can't we just do this on a racetrack or a runway like we usually do?
Because we're here to prove that this is a racetrack.
Detroit is empty now and should just be used for this sort of thing.
Yes, but it isn't a real race. It isn't an actual race.
No, it is.
is.
This is where the muscle car was born.
I can't do it.
Why can't you?
Right then.
Because Dodge only lent me that car if I promised not to do any drag racing on the road with it.
What?
But it is.
That's what it's for.
I know.
It's literally what it's for.
Yes, I know, but that's the way it is. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's an insurance?
It is. It's because it's
No,
him.
it's
because
not.
You don't want it on the roof.
Who's driving it? Richard Hammond.
You can't drive it.
It's just what they said, and I'm really sorry, so we can't do it. I'm sorry.
We can.
Well, you're not going to do it without that.
Let me think. Yeah, we are. Just
Really
right the
gonna-
way. Right the way.
One for all and all for yourselves. That's
Right,
how
let's do this.
Aircon is off.
Who do I choose?
3, 2, 1. I don't want to sound like you, but the launch control of this car is so complicated. There's a YouTube video about it, and I have watched it, but I've forgotten.
Finally, I waved the white flag. And then we took a closer look at the savage beating heart of the Exorcist. And that's a standard Corvette engine, basically,
Z06, yep.
with a supercharger plonked on the top. That's there, yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
2.9 litre supercharger.
So the bit they've bolted to your engine is bigger than most European engines.
Yes.
So's the one on mine. It's 2.7 litres.
Yeah, not as big. The point is, Simon, this is the Exorcist. The job of the Exorcist is to vanquish the demon.
It's like, you remember in the 60s, I think Di Tommaso made a car called the Mangusta, which is Italian for mongoose.
Yes, and a mongoose can kill a cobra, can't it?
That's why they did it.
Yes, but this hasn't vanquished the demon. It hasn't beaten it.
Tell you what, why don't you find a racetrack or a runway somewhere, okay? I'll gracefully bow out, and we can have a race between good and evil. First, though, we decided to find out which of our cars makes the loudest noise.
Oh, the fun
There
part.
were, of course, many possible locations for this important test. But eventually, we found one that was absolutely ideal.
Ford Theatre.
Since the owners feared the noise from our engines would bring down the crumbling roof, we were given protective clothing.
We've got to put this on because there may be dust. There will be dust.
Traction off. I'll just make wheel spin. Wheel spin, that just makes a huge amount of
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Easy. That's annoying. I have to keep it going all the way to the end. Donuts are good in this car.
God, that's pretty horrible.
How loud?
Well, at its peak,
Yep.
125.2. Oh, wait a minute, you don't know. You're the first to go.
125?
Yes.
The Who, widely regarded to be the loudest rock band of all time.
Yes.
126 decibels. Deep Purple, a mere 117 decibels. That car is louder than Deep Purple.
But probably a lot quieter than my demon.
Any minute now, paramedic will be cutting his trousers off.
You should have taken him off before he got in.
I don't know why.
Here we go, ready in 3, 2. Oh, wait a minute, it hasn't done it. Easy mistake. We've all done it, forgotten the key when you're donutting in a Detroit theatre that's been turned into a multi-story. Everybody's been
Right, let's do this.
Okay, in 3, 2.
We're off.
Going the opposite way around this time. Donuts. Easy. Nyum. Making a mess of this car park. Got to keep it going for as long as possible, apparently.
Oh. 125.2 to beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of noise.
118.8 tiptoe boy.
7-litre capacity supercharger on it. It's
Yeah, but it doesn't make
well, they
any
didn't
noise.
build it for this. They built it for drag racing, and they wouldn't let me
Well,
do
what,
that.
did they?
So,
Did they?
How do we know?
well, they did. Before this sore point became even sorer, I sent James off to have a
Let's do it.
Don't think he's ever done that.
No.
I'm quite enjoying this. It's got me caught up.
James D. May
Caught in.
losing his virginity.
Popping his donut cherry.
Ow!
James May, are you ready? Fire it up in 3.
He has no idea how to do a donut, lol.
It took him a little while, but eventually he got the hang of it.
We're witnessing the creation of history. Come on, higher! Higher! Higher still, we can do it!
What's my score?
Why don't we just go? Come on, James, we've got to go.
Yep, moving on.
What was it?
Oh, I've wiped it.
No, you haven't.
It was 12.
Come on, what was... Why have I got this on my face? What was
It was
it?
128, so just 2.8 more than me.
Yes.
Hold that.
Why?
Please just hold that.
Oh, I hate the victory dance. I hate the victory dance.
Good, right, let's
How much
move
is
on.
your car? How much?
98, something like that.
£98,000.
Yes.
40,000.
Yeah, but mine's better, so it's more expensive.
40,000.
Faster and louder.
720 horsepower, £40,000.
Am I the only person here who understands muscle cars?
It's not going to be around for very much longer, though, is it?
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
You asked for it. You asked for it. You never got the burgers either.
No, you didn't. We shall pick that up later on.
You may remember in the very first show of the Grand Tour in the first season, I was blown away by McLaren P1.
Yeah, I do remember. You said it would be faster than the Porsche 918 and the Ferrari, And, no, wait a minute. It wasn't, was it? And as a result, the only thing that got blown away was your house.
Yes, that's undoubtedly true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it remains to this day the most exciting, most brutal, most visceral car I've ever driven. And I didn't think it could ever be topped. But McLaren have given it a bash. And I thought, well, if they've built a car that can out P1 a P1, I'd better
I know
test it
what's
somewhere
coming.
a bit less narrow
Sadly.
and a bit less tree-lined and a bit less covered in deers and badgers than the Ebola drone. So I took it to the fastest racetrack in Europe, which is, actually, anyone want to guess which it is? No, not Monza. Not Spa.
Do you know?
What?
Do you?
Thruxton.
Boys.
Thruxton is the fastest racetrack in Europe. So that's where I took the new McLaren.
It's not the fastest.
Hello, fellow driving
Oh.
enthusiasts. James here. Owing to the unique way we make video games, we are sadly unable to have the McLaren Senna in this episode for now. Apologies for that. As a sort of consolation prize, we're going to go back and look at Hammond driving the...
As a consolation prize.
McLaren 720S from Season 2. It's a cracker, apart from the Hammond bit.
The fact they even allowed Hammond to drive these cars is unbelievable.
They have been great to drive. It was never what you'd call beautiful or even very exciting to look at. But its replacement, well, that's a different matter.
Let's do this!
It's called the 720S, and from any angle and in every detail, it's simply sensational.
If anyone's already got this and had a go, let us know what you think in the chat and also in the comments on YouTube.
That glows red
Because
when you unlock the doors.
I'm taken in by it. I like it. It's quite immersive.
Yep, on the head turnometer, this
It's going to be one of those
matches.
finish it and be done with it sort of games, I think.
And then when we move on to the business of speed and power, it actually beats them.
Let's do this.
Go, go, go!
Easy.
0 to 60 takes just 2.8
Everyone Bologna, welcome to the stream. I'm just watching to see if I want to get it myself.
speed.
Some of the previous bits on the previous episodes, they'll be up on YouTube tomorrow.
Both those numbers, what
But
big difference
it's
it
a pretty.
makes.
It's not sim and it's not arcade. It's just point and go.
£208,000.
Press square to drift every now and again, or press X to fire something at your opponent.
The horsepower is, well, it's
It's-
ridiculous is what it is. This
The main thing I would say it's worth it for is $11.99 to get the game, and as they release new episodes, they get made into game.
engine, a McLaren P1
So I like that.
hybrid
Plus, you get to see the episodes on
17 horsepower.
on the actual game itself, so you don't have to buy Amazon Prime to do it.
That is staggering.
I quite like it.
Underneath the beat.
The handling takes a lot of getting used to, though.
Oh, God.
It's... What's the best way of describing it? It's very insensitive. It's like picking up Something like Dirt Rally for the first time after years of playing Gran Turismo. You have to... With that, you tweak and feckle it to get it how you want it, but with this, it's a bit different because point it in the right direction and you just go.
Oh my god. Oh, that's falling in love a bit here.
I do like the fact they've included the Ebola drone. And in certain episodes there's certain bespoke bits of content in it as well, so... Oh! The handling though is awful. One more lap.
Yeah, I got bored.
It's
Taking.
certainly challenging to get used to, but then it doesn't even claim to be a racing game. So...
Oh my god. Oh god.
But, however though, Bologna, if you like what you see him, consider dropping us a follow. Easy, last lap.
Oh, what a victory.
That'll do. I like it. Oh, it's making me do another lap. God damn it. Timer runs out and makes you do another lap. That was a good corner, that.
Oh my god.
Ah well. I'll get there. Nyum. Speaking of YouTube, there'll be a video I'm dropping on there later on today probably. Another in the Dirt Rally fact finding series, if anyone wants to watch that. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new there. If you're watching this on YouTube right now as well, if you're enjoying the content, feel free to drop in a like or subscribe.
Oh, that is fast.
We'll put some commentos down there.
Although they've gone nuts with the styling and the engine, the 720 is still very much a McLaren.
By that, I mean it's been made by the ultimate tech nerds from the Kingdom of Geeks. Let me put it this way. This is, like I say, the replacement for the McLaren 650S. And if you ask a McLaren technician, so how much of this car is new then? They will tell you 91%. Not nearly all of it, mate, or about 90%. 91.
The sad thing is, they've included this 720S piece.
For a job at McLaren, but they turned him down for being too slapdash.
They've included this 720S piece because they couldn't let you show the Senna. Damn you, Forza.
For example, one of the reasons the 720 looks so pretty is because it's the only mid-engine supercar without massive gaping intakes behind the doors. Instead, McLaren created subtle channels along the bodywork to feed air into the engine bay.
More nerd stuff. The old car, the 650, had a carbon fibre tub that came up to here. On the 720, all of that down the centre, everything is carbon fibre. That means these carbon windscreen pillars can be very thin, which makes it easier to see out, and it's light. Overall, they've lost about 18 kilograms up here. That means the centre of gravity...
Stop talking about it and let me drive it some more.
God, it's the grip is staggering. It feels like like a four-wheel
The
drive.
scenes go on a bit, but then they've tried to keep in as much of the show as they can. They've got rid of Conversation Street and the celebrity segment in the game, but it's not a problem.
Simply dive into the computers and
It
activate
gives you more time to enjoy the car-y bits.
to select the angle of dangle through your drift by varying the amount of traction control. I think we'll go for all of it. Lots of drift available.
Oh, drifting challenge. 800 meters total, eh? It is difficult to get used to the handling aspect of this game, though.
Oh my god. And when you finished your slide test,
Oh, 4 meters. I could have got that. I'm going to go for it again.
I think we'll go for all of it.
What do you think so far then, Obi-Wan? Oh, say Obi-Wan, we need to go.
Go, go, go! Go, go!
oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh no! Keep going!
The handling's the hardest part.
Oh, for God's sake!
Once you've moved past the handling, I'm not going to lie, once you move past the handling and the childishness,
Finished your
it is extremely addictive and quite immersive, actually.
You can switch back to comfort mode and settle down for a relaxing cruise.
That's the thing that stands out about this car. It's everything in one.
For someone who enjoys watching the show, not sure how I feel about basically watching the show twice.
Use tire rubber. Help yourself.
You can.
Space. There's
You can skip the scenes.
But the thing I keep coming back to,
So if you just want to play the scenes,
because at last McLaren's technical
you'll probably get
has
about
been clothed
an
in
hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of gameplay out of it.
fizzing brilliance underneath.
There's a multiplayer mode, a couch co-op as well, so that's an enjoyable little thing to do.
This is utterly brilliant.
If that mediocre missus was up, I'd invite her to do a couch co-op with me right now, but
We must now get back to our film.
Yes.
Earlier on, we decided that Detroit should be a big sort of petrol head theme park. So we went over there with 3 tuned muscle cars.
Yep, and so far we've staged a drag race, done some donuts, and Jeremy has driven over some...
I kind of like it though.
And then the
It's
next
a-
day,
it's a pretty
we
decent,
decided that what Detroit really needs is
A pretty decent first attempt at an episodic game. It's not
Yes, but we wanted something
the drudgery of Telltale.
headed.
Amazon have done something different, and I quite like that.
Having returned to the rundown suburbs, we eventually found the perfect place to build a racetrack. Cadillac's old Connor Avenue factory.
Good old Caddy.
For over 60 years, they stamped out the body panels here for icons like the Eldorado, the Fleetwood, and the Coupe de Ville. If it were up to James, this
I think
freaking monument to the Motor City's decline
the reason why they put the show out and then the episode of the game
but it
is
wasn't
so that you can see
so it would become a
what you've got to do in the
Monte
game, I
Carlo
guess.
feature on our Detroit-themed racetrack. Because building the track involved heavy machinery and manual labour, Hammond insisted on doing everything himself.
That is going to be a fast corner.
Despite this, though, he soon had everything.
Even if you don't like the game, you can still pay for the cost of the game, and instead of getting Amazon Prime, you can watch the new episodes as they come out.
Best that the God-fearing exorcist should christen it.
Whoa! The handling does leave a lot to be desired, but you get used to it eventually.
This is quite a complicated one. Oh no! Right then, let's go.
After his run, James couldn't wait to give Hammond some constructive feedback.
It's definitely not a sim title.
Say, Hammond, you witless dishcloth. That is the worst racetrack I've ever been round. It's slippery, it's full of holes, it's full of obstacles.
Because this is a full episode by episode playthrough, I'm not going to skip it. But where it says L1R1 at the bottom or LBRB, if you're on Xbox, you can skip if you want to skip and not watch the show bit.
Sorry, close your window.
And you get between 11 and 18 scenes per episode, something like that. Well, I'm not sure how they're going to do the Columbia special.
Set about our practice laps on Hammond's death trap. However, these were just unofficial practice laps. Now we're
Getting the tune on.
for the one
Nice.
shot winner takes all real thing.
The Exorcist.
3, 2, 1, begin! Away!
Quite slow there. Rubbish.
God damn it. It is quite difficult to get it right.
Rubbish.
One thing you don't do, bloody hell, is give a car a metric fuck ton of horsepower and team it with standard brakes, because that aspect of the car they've got right. Because these brakes are shite! Make it count, Johnny, come on. Last lap. What the hell line was that? There is quite a bit of input lag as well. Well, a little bit. Not an enormous amount.
Oh my word. Go. Oh, that's interesting. Hey.
I haven't got a silver, I haven't got a gold.
I pooed myself.
Funny noise.
I'm going to retry that.
In 3, 2, 1, begin!
The fact that you can't change cameras irks me a little bit as well. I may like it a little bit more if they give you the option to, you know, basic driving game stuff like change camera while you're driving. That would make a metric fuck ton of sense, but apparently Amazon didn't think of that. There we go. Oh, I've got to keep going around until I get the timer gone. Yep. That's another thing I don't like that they need to maybe look at. When you achieve the goals that you've been set, like getting a gold lap time, they should stop the timer when you get the time rather than... I'm going to go around slowly this time because let the timer wear down. Let the timer wear down and then... There we go.
I proved myself.
Yeah. They need to look at that
However,
timer thing.
the trouser accident had clearly been worth it.
I'm happy with that, and I haven't hit any famous musicians or bits of old car factory.
Next, it was the turn of Corporal Crash.
Where's the fire engine gone? I saw
Fire
it
engine's
earlier.
over there. The ambulance is...
Oh, we're all comedians today.
Remember, if you lose to James May.
It's more humiliating.
But,
It's
yeah.
worse than death.
In 3, 2, 1.
Slightly lesser lap time to get this time.
My own car doesn't fit around my own racetrack. What have I done?
Created a travesty, that's what you've done, Hammond.
Oh my word! Come on. Check it out. Watch this.
Yeah, Hammond, don't say watch this. We know what happened last time. But, it's okay because... I quite like this.
Yes! Come on! Thank you! Oh my god!
I'm doing this for a reason. Kill some time.
This is dangerous because of you. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, that as soon as you hit gold time, that should automatically end it.
Ready. Keep going. That felt good. It felt like a quick one.
I don't know how to put this to you, but...
No.
Here we go! The Exorcist, it's time for the Blue Nun. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
That felt good.
So that's the fast forward feature there, sorry. Accidentally showed that off.
I don't know how put this to you, but
No.
yeah. 0.4 of a second slower than James May.
This is what death feels like.
Yep, okay, get out of the demon. We've done the demon and the exorcist. It's time for the blue nun.
Blue nut.
Yeah. Totally pointless waste of time there. We've established the Mustang as the fastest by an enormous margin. But go and do it, I suppose.
I'm glad we're quite near the end.
Jeremy Smug in My Little Pony, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1.
35.
Right fast.
Although what I said about the handling is true, a difficult learning curve from people who play actual races and sim racing games. One thing I have noticed so far, even with the control, is that each car has got its own little subtle handling nuances. Not to the point of a sim or anything like that, but
I'm going to get what's 9 foot. Perhaps will do. There's my foot pinned to the floor.
the playable circuits they created though are pretty decent. I think, in fact I'm pretty damn sure, that's why they've done this series how they have, so it allows you to play as much of it as possible.
You're running.
I know, but you'll see. Got to get down to this corner before he gets back. Help me tip this over.
What is it?
It's organic palm oil, very slippery. It's the revenge of the urban farmer.
Into the blind bend. There is Stevie Wonder.
You do know it's palm oil that's ruining life for the world's orangutans.
Only this one.
Come on. Come on. Short shifting into third.
And on that terrible disappointment,
For him.
it's back to the tent. You,
We're now going to hear the gump about the drag race.
you ruined my lap.
You said Detroit had to be a playground, and that's what I was doing. I was playing.
Listen, can my practice time stand? Because that was still the quickest.
That's not how it works. You can't just say that because you were the quickest in qualifying, you would have won the race if you hadn't crashed.
Well, I can say it.
Well, you can say it. I could say I'm the captain of the English cricket team. I wouldn't be any good at it.
See what you did there?
Ah, well, moving on.
I know where he was going with that. Anyway, look. In part 1 of that film, we said that we would have a race between the demon and the exorcist, a drag race, yeah? And then it never happened.
So, we're coming towards the end of this thing now, so
Dodge said we could
this is
on the street, but they didn't say anything about airfields. So
Episode 1.
on our track, we found one of those.
Now, I bowed out of this like I said I would, because the Mustang and the...
Give us your opinions in the chat, see what you've, tell me what you've thought so far.
Between Sir Crash-a-Lot and the
Because
owners.
I quite like it.
But we have a
As I've
problem.
already said a few times,
We
I've
have time left
got
on the
myself
show, realistically.
immersed in this now.
For one more
I
thing.
love watching the show.
And this week I should tell you
It's great because Clarkson, Hammond and May. And it's great because it gives you a chance to be a part of it.
To find the fastest person you don't really hear from much anymore. We'll have a vote, I think. Who here would like to see the celebrity segment?
One person over there.
One over there. And who'd like to see the drag race?
Does that mean they're not?
So there it is, the race between.
Does that mean they're not coming on then?
Right, here we go, viewers. It's either salvation or a world plunged into eternal darkness.
Okay, this is it. The race between good and evil. Are we ready, gentlemen?
I like how they do themed races. It's a good concept.
I've got a couple of things to do before we start.
You think you can't just drag race this now?
Well, you've got to do it properly. This is a proper drag racing car.
What is he doing?
This is what you get when you buy a Demon. Costs you an extra $1 and you get this crate. Oh, it's like a picnic hamper for men. Then, underneath and to
The old drag racing tyres.
I've got everything I need.
ECU?
Yeah. Look at that!
He's got this enormous crate and some bags and tins full of tools with 2 space savers and...
Space saver wheels?
Hang on. Right, so that's it. Good.
Yep, now we're going to do the ECU. Which goes in here, I believe. We'll have to take that out, I think.
So they've got a different ECU, just telling the engine to be powerful.
Right. Why didn't they just put that one in from the start?
Got a good point.
All goes back in here with my new switch gear in.
It's 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Actually, you're right, it is. It's over an hour now. It's hot.
There we go.
Finally, the rebuild of the Demon was complete. And it was time for the drivers to warm their tyres.
Here we go again.
In 3, 2, 1, burn out!
Away!
Keep it in the green zone challenges are pretty fun.
Right, your tyres are warm. Are you now ready?
What?
So are you ready to come to the start line?
No!
So let's go ahead and...
It's a celebratory burnout.
Oh, jeez, he's got out.
I've done all the building work, now I've got to set the car up. I've got to get in the right modes. There's stuff to do, mate.
Oh, I've had enough. I'm sorry, I've had enough. Bye.
We're never going to do this.
So, I need to go into drag. Drag mode activating. Excellent. Drag transmission, drag traction, power. So, power needs to go up to 840. We are now in high octane.
I've never known anything like it.
With our starter on his way back to London, the traffic lights were brought in, and finally, we were ready to go.
I'm going to bust your ass, evil boy. Oh, yes.
What are you going to do with it now? Because I've seen the film and I wouldn't do it. Three, two, one. Come on, come on, come on.
Ah, there we go.
Evil wins. Evil wins.
Trophy earned 8-mile marathon.
Yes! Victory for the Demon. Thank you.
Yes,
Because I won.
you won.
Because
you
I
did
won.
win.
Yes,
Well
I
done.
did. You noticed that?
Yes, I noticed
that I
you.
won.
Yes.
At the end of the race, if you saw, my car was in front of your car, which means I won.
Can I just point out that first you had to spend half a day rebuilding half your car, and then you had to run it on fuel that you...
Both May and Hammond are bitter winners.
No, wait a minute. Your excrement runs on that clever fuel all the time.
I was sort of banking on you not knowing that.
Yes, well,
Gentlemen,
I do know it.
Gentlemen, I think we
So-
have to agree that the Mustang is the only...
That brings us
all the muscle car
to the
boxes.
end.
It's cheap, it's powerful, it runs on fuel, you can
Of
buy
the,
and you can have it with the steering wheel on the correct side.
You don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. A muscle car is supposed to have 1,000 horsepower.
To the end of the
be
first 3
undriveable,
episodes.
And have a stupid name.
It's called Ready to Rock, that is a stupid name. Listen, Hammond, not only are you the fiscal brain of this operation, you're also the resident muscle car enthusiast, yes? So, and I know the answer to this because you told me on the plane on the way home, of the 3 cars, which would you actually buy? Buy.
With my own money?
Yes.
Buy.
Yes.
Myself?
Yes.
It's the
And so on that terrible disappointment for you,
Snowflakes.
it's time to end. Now, next week, it is a Grand Tour special.
So,
where we attempt to become
just going to wait for it to get to the end of this.
ever television show in the history of television to go to Colombia and not use the C word.
I see what you did there. Right then, that brings us to the end of episode 3. So, thank you ever so much for watching. I'm going to be taking off from here now, but I'm just going to very quickly address the YouTube lot. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give us a like. Drop some comments down below on what you think of the game, and also subscribe if you are new. And I'll keep you updated as soon as we've got new content coming. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.